That was incredible. Must have been 20 of them.
No, at least 30. Unbelievable. But why do you let them live?
They are just villagers. There's no honor in that.
But we haven't seen the action this whole journey. We're trained to fight.
Fear not. There is plenty of fight for you in here.
This will stop any unwanted guests from coming in from behind.
Oh, man. There's just one guy in here.
There is nothing for you here. Please leave.
Oh, it's just a woman.
To hide here of all places. Genius.
Welcome home, Friedrich.
Can we attack? Yes!
Formation 6?
Formation 6.
Where is the boy?
Why are you doing this?
I am a soldier. I serve the crown.
It is on the wrong head.
That is not up to me.
Do not be a fool. I taught you better than this.
Better foolish than blind! Where is the boy?
Even if you get through me, you'll never find him.
You could be right.
Then leave!
You're still a strong fighter, but age has got the best of you. Maybe I won't need to find him. Maybe he'll come to me.
Lucius, you fool.
Okay, it's okay. There we go. Hidden in plain sight. Impressive magic.
You cannot do this. You know she will kill him. You may as well leave him here with me. He will never forgive you for this!
This is for you. It's a shame the circumstances weren't different.
That was the animatic for Hellbrand. We have Des on the line. It looks really interesting. It's cool to see stuff so early, you know what I mean? Especially story-based narrative. You there, Des?
I am. Hello.
Yo, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. It's really funny watching that animatic again. Yeah, we have looked at it internally for like a good 3 or 4 months now. But yeah, it's a good asset to help us like pitch for funding. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think that's even like a good like way to start. I mean, because we have an early build of the game. You have the animatic. There's so much actually I would love to talk to you about because you have such a wealth of knowledge and you're a veteran in the space. Can we let's just get started with a little bit of your history? I mean, before prepping for this, and I've known you for a bit. I mean, just through talking a few times and looking at some of your interviews, it's crazy what you have accomplished. So I kind of want to have the audience hear some of that. Can you tell us a little bit about your background in the industry?
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man. So yeah, I started a long time ago. 1998. I got my first job with Lego. Before they were cool, we were making games like Lego Race. Well, Lego Races was actually pretty good on the PS1. then we did like Legoland, Lego Creator on PC, and a couple of Game Boy games actually, which are pretty cool. After that, I went to Microsoft for a little bit, helped launch the original Xbox. That was a very intense time, but still good. Where'd I go from there? I went to EA after that for 5 years. That was awesome. Like, worked on pretty much every EA Sports title under the sun. Then I left there, went into sort of like smaller development. Still working on EA games, which is kind of funny. Popped over to Barcelona for a bit, made some mobile games for Adidas. Then I went home, and what did I do? Oh yeah, I went to work for Climax on a game that got killed by Square. And then just to show how small the industry is, in a bizarre twist of fate, I ended up working for Square with the two people that actually killed my previous game. So that was fun interview.
That's crazy.
It was cool. Like, the game was ambitious, and honestly, we weren't getting there. Like, it could have ended better, but objectively, it was the right decision. Like, there's no beef there. And then that's when I switched into sort of like indie publishing. So what did I do? So I was a producer on Life is Strange, the original series. Then I moved on to Just Cause 4, I think. 3, 4, one of them. And then after that, I moved into publishing with the Collective team. That was cool. Published some really nice games. And then after that, I came over here, built a house. And then I started working with Fellow Traveller 2.5 years ago. Focusing on narrative games, which is great because that's kind of like the core for me.
That's awesome. That's so. I mean, you're like super OG, triple OG status, and I don't think people know that. That's crazy. So you're working with a Fellow Traveler, and you're developing prototypes in various different games, which kind of brings us to Hellbrand. You want to jump into describing Hellbrand and maybe help Alfonso out, and he's gonna hit me real soon if I keep clowning him.
I'm killing people, so that's
you need to walk back and come out the river. That's right, and then go. Where are you? If you go back to the main path, you go over the bridge, you'll be fine. So the Hellbrand, the Hellbrand, as you can see, is like an action RPG, and it kind of follows the story of this fallen king. So you made a deal with the devil that you'd stay in hell as long as your son was alive, and that animatic is kind of like the path to your son not being alive. So you get released from hell, and basically you're on a journey of vengeance. You want to find out what happened and retrieve your son's body. But the devil makes you another deal. She's just like, oh hey, tell you what, if you bring his body back to me, I'll bring him back to life, but I need you to get this ancient artifact for me. So you travel the sort of like, the world doesn't have a name yet, but you go to these different places, and you need to collect graces, which are a mixture of powers and different armor that you used to have back when you were outside of hell, because you're going to need it to take down the big bad at the end. The little wrinkle here is those graces are protected by guardians, who are a mixture of mythical creatures that have been imbued with godlike powers to help them protect it. It's good fun.
Cool. Are we? Does this current build have like music or sound? I'm just curious to make sure that we have everything.
Yeah, audio's turned off
cool.
on this
Cool.
one.
I just want to make sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we had some problems with optimization. So like the file, like when the audio in, the file size is like huge. We're not quite sure what we did there.
No, that totally makes sense. Where are you guys? Where are you at with development? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, once again, sorry, Alfonso, sorry. If you go back to that gate, to the, if you go all the way back, what's it? I think it's left bumper or right bumper. You can cast fire magic and you should open the gate. And if that doesn't work, I can tell you somewhere else. Where we at? So we've just come to the end of this proof of concept. So we're very lucky. We applied. So yeah, sorry. No, on the
sick.
yeah. So you need to talk to the green character. If you press what's the controller? B. Have you got? Yeah, good. Yeah, he'll ask you to light the brazier, and then that's when you press that fire attack, and it should light. So yeah, so we got concept funding, which is literally just to write a design doc from the state. There we go. Okay, that didn't work. If you come a little bit back down the path, and then now come round to your, if you turn right, no, not your right, my left, that's it, yeah. And then, there we go, go through there. Go through sorry, the opposite way. Sorry, this is the camera's weird.
Yeah.
The other side of the path.
You just go that way.
Yeah, yeah. Keep just
Right.
walk.
Just go down.
I'll just go
Yeah.
back down.
Oh yeah, down.
Go down
that
and then
works,
go
yeah,
right.
sorry. And then turn right, turn right.
Right.
shit.
Right.
The characters right now.
Go on
Turn
left,
the characters left. Okay. Up through this gap here. That's it. There we go. Now go. Get through that gap.
This guy.
Yep. Yep. Keep going.
This is the
Okay.
best.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
Now go up on the screen. Cool, there we go. Keep going. You'll find a path down there that will let you into town. So yeah, sorry. So yes, we've been working on this for 9 months. Yeah, this is the proof of concept that we are going to use to pitch for further funding.
That's cool. That's cool.
This was beautiful.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
the
cool.
game is visually stunning.
I think this is like so for all the audience out here, like we just got this a couple days ago, so it's actually awesome to see like builds like early. So I can't front on, if I was doing the same thing, I would be going like in the middle into trees and walls and everything else. So that's hilarious.
You should
I
be
think it
able to
was
jump on-
what is it? Oh really?
Okay.
Yeah, not to the right, but like into town the other way. Yeah. Oh, no. Ooh.
Oh.
Well,
That's not good.
yeah.
All right.
This is the problem with live streams. Oh no.
Yeah, you got fumbled up.
If you've got a keyboard
We need a
near you,
reset.
you can press page up and you can teleport. If you have a keyboard near you. Yeah.
We'll just reset.
Sorry.
We'll just reset it. It's cool. No, it's all good.
All right.
Can you talk about like, so you said you had some funding for, oh, you got it. He got it, I think. So you said you got some funding for like to put together the game design document and the preliminary document. This dude is like falling down mountains like crazy. This is ridiculous.
Oh,
I
man.
think we should just reset it, honestly. Yeah, let's
You
just
should not be
let's
down
go. Let's go
Should not
two
be down
up,
here?
2 up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
there.
2 up reset. You know what I mean? This is great.
Sorry, so the funding, yeah. So the German government, they're really committed to like raising German game developers on the world stage. So there's kind of 2 tiers. You've got the main sort of like federal government funding, which has one pot of like X millions, and then each state has its own different funding pots as well, which they go up to about $500,000 in some places. It's very similar to the Canadian Media Fund, which is very cool. So you've got a concept stage which you can ask for 20,000 euros, and that's literally you write a design doc, do some concept art, which we did, and then after that you can apply for follow-on funding, which for us would they call it prototype funding, which we've used to create this proof of concept here. And that we got 80,000 for that, which is cool, but 80,000 disappears very, very quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people don't realize how costly even making like prototypes is, you know. So it's interesting. Can you talk a little bit about your philosophy on raising funds? Because when I've talked to you previously, you have a very interesting way of going about it, right? And kind of mitigating your risks.
Yeah, so it's oh man, it's kind of frustrating. So for me personally, like my risk profile is very high. Like I think, video games, they're definitely an art form, and some games, whilst they aspire to be commercial, like I don't think that's always the end goal. So oh man, how did you do that? You literally, oh man, okay. Yes. So what we tend to do is before we got the funding here is we do a little bit of work for hire, screwing away a little bit of money, and then we just work on some concepts and prototypes. There is a little bit of market analysis where we're just okay, these types of games we definitely shouldn't do. And it's sad actually, because I've done my favorite type of game, 3D platformers, but they're very difficult to sell if your name isn't Nintendo. And then specifically for us, because we're heavily story based, I tend to come up with the vision and the core story arc, this is kind of what I want to do, and then that's when I bring on proper writers, and they make it not terrible. And then with this proof of concept here, this actually bucked my trend a little bit, because I prefer to sort of have all the environment just all grey boxed, and then just focus on the control, the camera and the character. But this could sound really negative, but it isn't. But as part of the funding, you have to hire from specific places in Germany, and basically we just play to the strengths of the people that we could find. So yeah, that's what kind of skewed the prototype slightly. But then in general with funding, obviously the goal is to try and get as much free money as possible. So grant funds first, and then speak to platform holders, and then if you still need money after that, that's when you start talking to publishers. Because each terms just get less and less attractive.
That's super interesting. I don't know if this is where he's supposed to go, but it's amazing.
You're right now. You're down. Yes, it's good.
Oh, okay, that was really good, because I was just looking at how everyone was doing. That's really funny. One of the questions so you've worked with publishers, you work with big AAA companies. In what ways have working for a publisher influenced your growth as a developer and a leader in the industry and your path?
Oh, cool. I guess knowing what sort of internally the processes are. So when you're making the pitch materials, focusing on some areas over other areas, and knowing you just have to be specific. So publicly, some publishers are very clear about what they want and what their labels are about. Others aren't so much. It's a bit more difficult, but the conversations just happen much more faster when you do that. And also, the biggest thing is not to assume. I mean, unless you're in the upper echelon of superstardom, don't assume that who you're pitching to knows who you are and what you've done. Always be clear about going over that again. And then, and some of this is just kind of direct insider knowledge. Is that sometimes there's just budgets around where they've just got to spend the money. Sadly for me, it doesn't always line up the types of games that we make, but budgets, they're annual and they need to be, allocated. Otherwise, you don't get them again next year. And then I think the biggest thing is just knowing that, there's always more than one person you need to convince. Pretty much every publisher I've had contact with, you meet the person, like the scout or the biz dev person, but after that, there's 4 or 5 other people they got to convince internally before they give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So there's that, and the main thing is just patience, seeing it from the inside. I know how long things take. It's not going to be a week or 2. Sometimes it could be 6 or even 8. but that depends on how much they like your game, right? Like if everyone likes the game, they'll move as fast as
That's
they
true.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing that I've like encountered too. I've also encountered, because I do stuff in publishing too. Even though the game is dope as hell, even if a developer is impatient, it kind of puts people off. It's like, yo, just relax a bit, just wait it out. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to work with you, and that could also turn publishers off.
I've witnessed people talk themselves out of a deal, and you're just like, holy shit. All you just gotta do is, can I swear on here? No. Right.
No,
sorry.
yeah, you can. Yeah.
All you gotta do is just like, shut the F up, and you'll be all right. But yeah, some people.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yo, thank you, Des.
This game is dope, man.
Yeah, the game. It's really cool to see this early on. Thank you for sharing it with us, and thanks for joining us. We have to have another longer another conversation, because you have so much information. We just have to chop it up. But where can we find out more about Hellbrand?
Cool. So yeah, we're mainly on Twitter. A little bit quiet in a minute, but that's on Hidden Titan DE. Mainly shout on there. The Steam page is up, so you can wishlist the game right now, please. And then for me, I'm at Kid Desimo on Twitter if you want to see me mainly shitpost and occasionally talk about the game.
That's hilarious. Cool. Thank you so much, Des.